Hi, my name is David Stein. I'm an attorney, and today's presentation is called Top 10 Things to Know About the SBA PPP Loan. That's the Payment Protection Program loan. Now, the first thing is, what is the SBA PPP loan program? So in March 27, 2020, the President signed the CARES Act, which stands for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. Under that program, $350 billion was set aside to help small businesses and give them an incentive to hold on to their employees. One of the main perks of this program is potentially all of the funds that you receive from a loan under this program can be fully forgivable. That is free money. Now, the second thing is who is eligible to apply for the PPP loan. So any business that has 500 or fewer employees whose principal place of business is in the United States is eligible for this program. You have to have been in operation prior to February 15, 2020. And businesses under this program are defined fairly broadly, and they include even sole proprietorships and independent contractors. There can be disqualifications under this program for any illegal activity if a partner in a business which has 20% or more of that business has had criminal charges brought against him, or you are delinquent on an SBA loan, or you defaulted on an SBA loan. Those are all grounds for disqualification. Now, number three is some perks of the SBA PPP loan. The PPP loan is an incredible program, very unusual in that the terms are set up so as much people can apply for it as quickly as possible. So the bank does not look to see if you have any assets or collateral to secure the loan. The loan does not require personal guarantee. The loan does not require the applicant to show that they have the cash flow to pay back the loan. And one of the main things is the loan is potentially fully forgivable. Now, on that note, this loan is actually in a way better than free money, because if you receive a gift, or even if you typically have a loan that is for some reason waived or forgiven, the IRS will tax those funds. In this situation, you will not be taxed on any money that is forgiven. There's relatively little documentation that's needed to apply for this loan. And on top of that, you will not be charged any fees, whether it be bank fees or broker fees, for anybody that assisted you with getting this loan. The federal government will be paying any of those bank or broker fees. And finally, the funds are dispersed relatively quickly, so as much people can benefit from this program. How do I calculate the funds I'm eligible for? So basically what you do is it ends up being 2.5 times the average monthly payroll. So what you do is you calculate the 12 months of payroll from prior to February 15, 2020. Then for any of your employees that made over $100,000, you reduce that figure down to $100,000. Then you take the total amount and you divide it by 12 to get the average monthly payroll. And you multiply that by 2.5. The final figure is what you'll be eligible for under this program. What sums can be included in the payroll calculations? So as you can see from the slide, this is fairly broad, And some of the things are salary, wages, commission, and you could include vacation, family, medical or sick leave. You could include health insurance benefits, and you can include state or local taxes that were paid for any of the employees. It's important to know that you cannot include 1099 workers in the calculations. However, you can include partners in the calculations. And what you do is you take the total amount that that partner received during the 12-month look-back period, and you divide it by 12 to get the average monthly amount for that individual. Obviously, that amount cannot exceed $100,000. What are the terms of the loan? So it's a 2-year loan. The interest rate is 1%, and the interest could be deferred up to 6 months. Not only that, but the bank that issued you the loan has the ability to defer that amount even up to a year. There's no prepayment penalty. And of course, you could apply to have all or part of the loan forgiven. So you could see these are quite incredible terms. What documents do you need to prepare for the loan? So again, as stated earlier, this was set up to be as easy as possible to apply for this loan. So there's relatively little requirements. So I would say to prepare the front and back of your driver's license, the articles of incorporation, the operating agreement, any payroll records you have for the 12-month look-back period, any tax filings you have for the payroll during that 12-month look-back period, and finally, the 2-page signed application form. It's called the Sba Form 2483. Anybody assisting you to apply for this loan should be able to provide it to you. And it's a relatively short form set up to be as easy as possible to fill out. How much of the loan can be forgiven? So any amount of the loan that is used towards payroll for the 8 weeks following you receiving the loan can be forgiven. On top of that, any 25% of the loan proceeds that are used for other things can be eligible for forgiveness, and that includes rental payments, interest paid on loans, and utilities during that 8 weeks following receiving the loan. There's an important note on this, however, that these have to be for leases and loans that were in place prior to February 15, 2020. Also, there could be a reduction in the amount of the loan that you're eligible for forgiveness. So if you reduce your headcount, your employee headcount, also if you reduce any of your employees' salary by more than 25%, that could be a basis for reducing the amount that you're eligible for forgiveness. However, you can eliminate that reduction. You can avoid that reduction by restoring your headcount or salary level by June 30th, 2020 for any changes you made between February 15 and April 26, 2020. Now, finally, here's some helpful tips when you're applying for the loan. Now, I cannot underscore how important this is. This program is capped. That means it's on a first-come, first-served basis, and so it's very possible the funds will run out soon. That's why it's important to apply for the loan as quickly as possible. Also, it's a good idea to set up a separate bank account where you deposit the loan proceeds. This way, later on, when you're applying for loan forgiveness, you'll be able to clearly document how and where and for what purposes you used the loan proceeds. This way it'll be easier to apply for loan forgiveness. I hope this presentation was helpful. And again, if for some reason you need assistance, reach out to my office right away. The assistance is free. And I hope you take advantage of this program because it really has an amazing features. Have a good day.